So you bought a home and you want to eventually upgrade, but you don't have liquid cash on hand because all of your funds to close are tied up in the home that you already own. Well, let me explain how that works. For those of you that don't know, I am a licensed realtor and a loan officer, but I'm going to be answering this from the perspective mostly of the loan officer, but giving you very limited real estate advice. Your loan officer and your realtor in this particular situation will need to work closer than ever in order to align the timelines and make sure everything closes seamlessly. Before you list your home, you want to work with a loan officer and get fully pre-approved. Now, that loan officer is obviously going to see that you have an existing mortgage, and that's okay. The mortgage is just going to be marked as paid at close. So basically, we get to completely omit that from your debt to income ratio. We use essentially our best estimate of the amount of proceeds you're going to receive, and then we earmark those funds to be used toward your down payment on your new home. Once that has been completed and you know how much you qualify for, I would recommend listing your home before you go out and fall in love with a replacement home. The reason for this is because when you go ahead and fall in love with a replacement home, write an offer, and you have to write it contingent upon the sale of your home that is not on the market and does not have an offer in hand, it's really difficult to get that offer accepted. And in most cases, there is a way to have your realtor state in the private remarks of the listing that the acceptance of an offer on your current home is contingent upon you finding a replacement home. Well, this is when you're like, yay, I got an offer in hand. I'm going to go out and write an offer on a replacement home. It will be contingent upon the sale closing concurrently, but you'll be in a much stronger position because you've already got your home now under contract. And then you'll want all timelines to align as best as possible. It is very doable to go ahead and have the home that you are selling close in the morning or close the day before, have those proceeds wired over to the new escrow, and then go ahead and close that one essentially concurrently. They, in most cases, just have to close a few hours apart. Sometimes it's a full day, but it can be done concurrently in most cases. This is just my personal advice from years of doing this. But what I would suggest is that you have some type of rent back from the home that you are selling in order to make your life a little less stressful. And what I mean by that is if you have to be out of the home that you're selling and try to close immediately on the new home, it's virtually impossible to move everything in one day or one afternoon. So if you have a couple of days available to you to stay in your existing home while you pack up and then work on moving your stuff into your new home, that's the best way to navigate it, in my opinion, unless you have a place to store your stuff in the interim. One more thing that's worth noting is that if you have credit card debt or auto loans or something like that that you intend to pay off with the proceeds of the sale of your home and still set some aside for the down payment on your new home, your lender can actually mark those debts to be paid at closing as well, so that you can just seamlessly have the funds dispersed the way they need to be, and those debts will be paid off on your behalf with your proceeds.